But also I work with, my school has very young children. So we start at 12 months and we go up to 5 years. And so at my school, we use what children are already familiar with and real examples they can connect to. The guiding principles, like, which is so awesome, Lelania, like they serve as like building blocks on each other. So like in order to have collective value, there needs to be some loving engagement and empathy also. And so having such young children at the school at 12 months, like it allows me to witness the progression of how children really get the guiding principles, even in the younger classes.
12
and so with the toddlers,
months. 12 effing months. Are you kidding me? They're not even waiting for pre-K anymore. 12 months.
There are just so many caring interactions that the children experience and then demonstrate with each other. The teachers do a lot of modeling, so like naming feelings, and they also set up the environment to make it safe and home-like. The teachers support children in developing language and positive self-concept. And so using the guiding principles along with like tangible connections, like for example, they practice using scripts, like what do you need to feel better? And then they might hand someone an ice pack or a family photo. Also, the toddler and the older children, we call like the pre-K mixed age cohort, they use baby dolls. And the children demonstrate loving engagement. They make connections to the interactions with their own families and caregivers, and also show empathy to the baby. And I'm a big puppet person, and puppets are used with both the toddlers and our pre-K group, and they act out various scenarios that connect with the guiding principles, and also utilize the guiding principles when problem solving, whatever the situation.
They're using puppets and dolls and all this stuff to teach kids as young as 1 year old about collective care. Collective care, again, comes from socialism because they believe that the community and all the comrades are all responsible for caring for everyone else. So when they say we're just teaching kids empathy and kindness, what they're teaching them is to be part of the collective Borg. They're doing it starting at 1 year old, and they're using puppets and dolls in order to do it. Is anyone comfortable with this? Tayton, thank you for the super chat. They want to make it as early as birthing pods. The birthing pods will display social justice learnings. Well, you know what they did in remember what they did in Brave New World, Tayton? Is that weren't they doing something? Maybe this was not in Brave New World. Maybe this was like in no, you know what it was in? It was in The Island. Did anyone see that movie? It's a great movie. Ewan McGregor, King. In The Island was a movie about like where they were making clones of people for like rich people who, if like a rich person needed a kidney transplant or something, they would be able to get the kidney from their clone. And they were keeping all the clones on like this island. Well, it wasn't an island. It was like in a bunker somewhere, whatever. And then they started escaping and it was like an action thing and all this stuff, whatever. But the point is that when they were like incubating the clones, they played like images to like put like memories and ideas in their brain when they were still incubating. I mean, is that possible to do with humans that are being born in birthing pods? I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. So they come out of the womb predisposed to be social justice activists. Or they come out of the womb. I thought that they were going to do this for a while because we know that they want to control the nuclear biological family. We know that they don't want kids being like the quote unquote property of their parents. And so I thought about this for a while. Like if they really get what they want and like everyone is born via surrogacy or via these birthing pod things, like they're going to start doing genetic engineering. They're going to genetically engineer people who are predisposed to be amenable to being part of the collective. That's how, when this is what James Lindsay doesn't fucking understand. When socialists say they want to control the means of production, today, This isn't about the factory. The factory is no longer the primary means of production for like a lot of things. Today, not 100 years ago, today, when socialists say they want to control the means of production, they mean the means of producing people. That's what they're trying to do to get rid of the nuclear biological family. Because they don't want the biological, they believe the nuclear biological family reproduces capitalism, so they have to disrupt the production of capitalism, which occurs in the family, right? So what the means of production that socialists are trying to control now is the production of people. It's the people. What happens when they control the production of people? Then you start getting into genetic engineering. You start to get into all this other bullshit in which people come out of the womb biologically predisposed to wanting to be part of the collective, making them much more controllable. They're probably going to mess with like their cognitive abilities, stuff like that, because you can't have a population that's like questioning things. Going to be a lot of effed up stuff that happens.
Situation is.
And you know, like in Gattaca, like I think it's fine to use movie references for this because it's things that people understand. You know, like in Gattaca, how it became the norm for everyone to be genetically engineered. Like the whole plot of Gattaca was like one son was genetically engineered and one son was not, right? Well, the only acceptable form, the only acceptable birth in the future socialist dystopia is going to be one that's genetically engineered. Can't have godchildren, can't have that. Too many biological things at play. Not acceptable.